usually check my power sheets towards the end of the month, but I usually give myself about a week or so it gives me time to start thinking about the next month. Hi everybody, today I am going to be doing my power sheets check-in and fill in for the end of May, beginning of June, and I also wanted to show you some of their most recent stuff. They sent it to me as I'm one of their affiliates, and so they sent me some of these things, and I just wanted to kind of go through them really quick and show you before I get into the power sheets because they're cute, and so why not? If you want to skip all of the new products and just go straight to the power sheets, then I will give you a timestamp right about here. So the first thing is these postcards with a bunch of puns that have to do with like fruits and vegetables, and my kids think these are the greatest thing ever. You can't be beat. I love you from my head. Tomatoes. You're one in a melon. I'm rooting for you. Let us celebrate. You're a peach. You're my main squeeze. We make a perfect pair. I like you very much. And then they repeat. There's a couple of like positive quotes or whatever in them, but the pun ones are my favorites, and I am definitely going to be using these. I kind of want to do a snail mail challenge this summer, and because of my general discomfort and fear of going to the post office, and so if I decide to do that, these are going to be perfect for that. Secondly, there is a list notepad. You guys, this paper is super nice and thick. You know I love my Erin Condren notepads. This paper is also fabulous and thick, and it's got little check marks on here, and I love this. It's a little smaller than the notepads I'm used to using, so I'm not sure exactly what I would use this for. Probably not my meal planning because it's a little too small, or my grocery list. It's a little too small for that. I need a big fucking notepad. I usually use the large Erin Condren ones, but it might be perfect for a day where I'm just making a to-do list as opposed to really using my planner. And I love this pattern up on top. I think it's so pretty. The gardening theme that they've got going on for all this new stuff is so beautiful. And they've got a couple of other notepads here, and if you guys haven't figured it out by now, I am a hoe for notepads. I am a hope pad. That's not a word. This one is their daily notepad, and it's just blank. Again, really nice paper, and it says it's a new day on top, and it's foiled. And then this is their memo notepad. It is nice and large. It is about the same size as their power sheets, a little bit bigger, but it is actually bound here lengthwise across the top, and it has the flowers. And the funny thing is, I don't think I would use this as much for notes as I would for doodling because the paper is nice. The little flowers are beautiful. It's just so pretty. These are just really pretty notepads. The paper quality is beautiful. I just wanted to show them to you because if you are a hoe for notepads like I am, seeing new ones is always going to be exciting. And then this is the Summer Wildcards page pack. These are the things that can go in your power sheets. I was struggling with them using the wildcards so far this year, so if there's some here that I might actually use, we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look. There's 12 in the pack. You get summer road trip times 2, it looks like, and there's snacks to pack, song playlist, sights to see, favorite moments, memorable stops in the car with me, and then dates and destinations. That could be handy. I know we're taking 2 road trips at least this summer. Summer reading list, summer bucket list. I kind of want to use this. I'm not usually a big fan of bucket lists. It's the bingo night, I think, that's getting to me because I'm working at bingo now and I kind of want to play bingo for a band. Summer bucket list. Here is a blank one for you to put your own together. Daily water trackers. These are really nice, but I said in a different video that you haven't seen yet, but you will see soon. I'm not always a fan of water trackers because for me personally, because of where my kidneys are at right now, these things are never accurate. They have 8 glasses of water. I have to drink 3 liters of water every day. And so this is just not really, I don't know. Maybe it's the perspective of somebody with kidney disease, but right now I'm on 3 liters of water. And when my kidneys get worse, I'll be on probably a lot less water. And so water trackers for me just aren't as useful because they are so specific. And I don't know. I mean, I know I could just make each drop be a certain amount of ounces, but it's just not a thing that I'm really big on. On the same note though, in the summertime, drinking more water really is important. So for some people, this may be great. It's just not something I'm going to use. Friend favorites. A little reconnaissance done in advance will pay dividends on loving on your best gals. Collect their favorites and surprise. That's cute. I don't know if I'd ever do this, but that is cute. So basically you have room here for 4 friends and you're supposed to find out their favorite color, their favorite cookie, ice cream, savory snack, flower, their Enneagram, meal, pizza toppings, allergies, candy, coffee, tea order, and their t-shirt size, and then their birthday, so that you have information there to help you when you're picking out a gift. That's pretty neat. I don't know if I'd do that, but that's pretty neat. Neighborhood contact list. This actually I feel like I should put together because we've been we've been here for 2 years and almost every person in our immediate vicinity is new. We all bought our houses around the same time. They're not new houses, but they were all just for sale at the same time. And I haven't had the chance to really get to know them beyond like saying hi and talking for a few minutes. So this may be something I actually try and force myself out of my comfort zone to do. Summer memories made. This is to record the good stuff, but I actually could see this being good for little pictures. And then a back to school checklist. This, I feel like, is absolutely something I'm going to use, whether I use it in my Powersheets or in my planner. Out of everything on here, this one and the summer road trip ones are probably the ones I stand the highest chance of using. Those were the new products. I hope that they were interesting for you. I love all of the notepads. I am in notepad heaven right now. But anyway, let's go into the Powersheets. Go to May. So it's still not the end of May. I usually check my Powersheets towards the end of the month, but I usually give myself about a week or so it gives me time to start thinking about the next month. So this is not all finished yet, but I figured now is a good enough time as any to get into it. Looking at this, I have not been great with a lot of these. Most of these weekly things that didn't happen that first week of May was because I was at Go Wild. So I basically can kind of wash 1 week away for getting a lot of this done because it wasn't going to happen. I've made progress on a lot of my things, but I haven't finished any of them, and that's going to be something I'm working on next week. I've also been really inconsistent with the colors on here this month. Like my Trello and Google that I'm checking has been the wrong color entirely this whole time. I have not journaled at all. And I just don't know what I want to do about that. And as for the gym, Jesse and I just haven't gotten over there yet. We haven't had time. It's been a really kind of intense month with working on the book. We did do this both weeks. I just didn't mark it in. Oh, hi, Mark. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay with this, and that'll be something that I can move forward to into next week and seeing what I finish up. Now I am going to fill in my month in review, and I'm actually going to change pens over, and I'm going to use this Via Beautiful pen because I really love it so much. So I'm going to fill this out, and then I will go over it with you when I'm done. I decided to do a little bit of decorating with this one just because I'm feeling kind of enthusiastic about this past month, even though I'm still in the middle of finishing all this shit. So let's talk about this. This month I'm especially grateful for Kristen. That's Damien, and she knows why. I'm not going to go into that more. Goals that are growing well and creating an environment I'm proud of. That's one of my goals. And the work we did getting the bookcases in and then working on the garage has been going really well. Plus the painting has finally started on our house. Been delayed by weather again, but it's started. Exciting action versus balance with work. I feel like I am starting to get on a roll there. Knock on IKEA wood. Someone I'm grateful for and why, Maggie from church. She has been instrumental in helping me stay on top of the social justice stuff at church, and I don't think I could have handled it without her, and she's amazing, and I love her. And then also my patrons, because they fucking rock. They make everything I do possible. And at Go Wild, the big group of them that were there for my little meetup that we had made me cry. Like literal tears came out of my eyes. So thank you, all of my patrons, both past and present. I'm choosing grace over guilt about journaling. I fucking, seriously, enough said. Progress I'm celebrating, even though it was small. Staying on top of my book deadlines. And I put a This Matters sticker because it does matter. It actually matters a whole bunch. Favorite memories from this month. Both of my kids had concerts. I could see both them and the whole groups they played with, how much improvement they made over the whole year together. Katie's flute ensemble, Katie's part of it, played Edelweiss, which is one of my favorite songs from The Sound of Music. It was just great. RJ's group got gold at Forum Festival, and he brought his trumpet home, so feeling good about it. I also just loved Go Wild this year. It was so much fun. I had a great time. I could pick one memory, but instead I'll just say the whole thing. A good lesson I learned, and this actually came from Go Wild, that taking time for myself is a necessity. I think that's why I was able to survive Go Wild the way I did, was that on several of the days I was there, I spent time on my own in my room decompressing, and I think it helped immensely. What I'm saying no to next month, going to General Assembly. We were going to go in Washington, but our summer schedule is so packed with band camp for Katie. Katie's getting braces. Both kids have summer camp to go to. Jesse has a bunch of gigs. And on top of all of that, our custody schedule, there was only 1 week we would be able to go visit my sister up in Oregon, and that week happens to be the week of General Assembly. So Katie and I talked, and we decided going to see Auntie Amy was more important. So that's what we're going to wind up doing. And what I'm saying yes to next month, actually taking some time off. When I go visit my sister, it will be nice maybe to manage to not work on at least a couple of the days I'm there. Now we're into June, time to let it go, what's stressing me out, fears I have, and I am hopeful that. What's stressing me out? More fucking surgery. I have to do more work on my fistula. Not excited. It's hella stressing me out. It basically was the topic of conversation with my therapist this month. Just saying. Working on the book has been very stressful for me just because it's a lot of weight on me, and my kids finishing the school year intact. It has been a rough ride this year, and hopefully next year will be a lot better. Again, knock on IKEA wood, but just getting through the end of this school year, we've got a few weeks left, and I'm hanging on by the skin of my teeth, whatever the fuck that saying means. Fears I have, how I'm going to handle the summer with my kids being home. That's tomorrow Cindy's problem. Feeling shitty. I'm going to the Scrapbook Expo in Puyallup in another week, basically. I will be there basically a week from today, the day I'm filming this. So by the time you see this, I will be there at the end of the week. Was it May 31st and June 1st? I'm doing 2 workshops and meet and greets, so you can feel free to come see me if you want to, but it's the first time I've done something like this before, and I am a little stressed out about that. Rejection is a fear I always have, and then I am really starting to put the groundwork into creating a Etsy shop to sell prints of my artwork, as well as working on courses for Skillshare, and I am worried I'm going to put all this work in and nobody's going to give a fuck. They're not going to be interested, so big fear that I've got. But I also am hopeful that I will open them, and I will open them, start doing them in the terms of Skillshare, and that they're going to be fun and I'm going to like doing it. So, half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. I don't know. I'm hopeful that my summer will be rad. We have a lot of work to do on the house, both inside and outside, and we have a lot of energy to do it. So I want to harness that energy and actually get some shit done while the weather is nice. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel for some of our house projects, and I am excited for them to be done. We've got some work in the kitchen that I am super excited to work on myself and with the help of my husband and my kids. And when it's done, I'm going to be our kitchen might actually take on at least what its final form is going to be for the next several years. So, yay. I am really caffeinated. P.S. On my calendar, the Scrapbook Expo, last day of school, Katie getting braces. My grandma will be in town for about a week. Hopefully our Bend trip, this is still tentative. And my book deadline for the month. And then my important to-dos, my book shit, planning Q3 out, working on my kitchen, finishing my garage, and filing quarterly taxes. And then I'm excited it's a short list, but they're all big things. Seeing my sister and my brother-in-law, summer in general, and the work getting done on the house, including the painting. When the house is painted, I am going to be doing a fucking happy dance all across the internet. Just saying. Here's my list. Some stuff about the kitchen and around the house, repainting the kids' rooms, organizing the linen closet, finding a housekeeper, something I still haven't done yet, figuring out when next Plan As You Go is going to happen, probably August or September, but I'm not sure yet. Some work getting ready to do a print shop and to plan out my content and shit for Q3. And then some work looking into podcast editing and sponsors. So yeah, I'm going to probably try and handle all of these except for maybe some of the things having to do with the kitchen, as well as maybe not repainting the kids' rooms this month. That may wait till next month. I think I could probably handle working on the kitchen or the rooms, but not both. My encouraging words for the month are very similar to what's in my bullet journal. Excitement is a great thing if you turn it into action. I've got a lot of excitement for the summer, and I need to just make sure to harness that. And then my top priority, much like May, is my book deadline for the month. So now I'm going to start filling in my action items for the month, the week, and the day, and I will talk about them when I'm done. Looking at the mixture of them, I have only one thing on here for fostering quiet space and only one thing on here for my family relationship situation. I only have the kids half of the month and I don't feel too bad. We're coming out of the school year, so who knows what it's going to look like. But as for the fostering quiet space, I'm super excited and I really want to get a lot done. So maybe that is reflected in all the things that are happening here. For example, my work, being excited and also finding balance with work probably is the most prevalent on this list. So let's go down the list. Work-wise, for monthly action items, we have quarterly and monthly analysis, which happens every month. Planning out next quarter in my business with content and everything else, refining my Skillshare list, planning my June deadlines for my book, and finishing my website migration. And then for finances, for home, doing the monthly budget, and for work, it's quarterly taxes. And then relationship with my husband, we still have to get this fucking gym membership, which I do want to get, but it's just we haven't gotten around to it yet. And then for the house, we have finishing the kitchen beadboard and table. We're going to be putting in one of those like booth kind of nook situations because we have such a small amount of space that makes more sense than having a standing table. And then hiring a housekeeper. And I put make it happen here because it really does need to happen. And a date night. We still need a date night. Well, we haven't had ours yet, but we're going to have it as soon as he gets back from his trip this week. So I'm not worried about that. Weekly action items. For treating my body and mind kindly, we have meal planning and cooking with bell peppers. That's our vegetable for the month from my kidney list. Then we have working on prints, which is a work thing, as well as inbox 0. Reconciling business finances every week. Checking in with our household budget every week, continuing the spring declutter from a couple months ago and wrapping that up, and family plan time every week. And then for the daily action items, I only have 4, and I took off journaling because it hasn't been happening, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. And I took off water because I discovered I really didn't need it. I'm drinking plenty of water, mostly because I'm so fucking dehydrated all the time. I don't need the reminder. So you have the 100-day project, exercise every day. So I didn't put gym because even if we don't go to the gym because we haven't gotten the membership, if I walk, that counts. Working on my book, I put that here because instead of weekly, because really I should be working on it a little bit of every work day. So that would be more of a daily habit than a weekly habit. And then working outside the house, same as the book. Especially when the kids are at their dad's house, I really need to get out of the house and work for like an hour on most days. So I keep myself from like starting to lose it. If you listen to my podcast, I actually talk a little bit about this in a recent episode. So there is my power sheets for the month of June. I hope that this was at least somewhat helpful for you. I know a bunch of you got power sheets at Go Wild, and I would love to hear your progress on them. And if you're not doing power sheets, I would love to just know from you in general, or if you're doing them, what is something that is on your list for the month of June, whether it's a monthly type thing, a weekly type thing, or a daily type thing. Let me know something you're going to be working on this month in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.